Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper One. I want to talk about something to think about and maybe make some plans now. Let's just say we knew we could look into the future and we could see from 6 to 18 months down the road we were going to have a major depression in this country. Now, if we could do that, we could position ourselves financially for sure to take advantage of it. But we don't know what's going to happen. But just let's assume we have the ability to look down the road, 6, 18 months. During this time, the United States goes through a total economic collapse. Let's throw out the chaos, the social chaos, the violence. None of that's going to play into this experiment or this exercise. What would you do? So sit down, get a piece of paper and pencil, and write. If I knew for a fact we would be in an economic depression, I might not have a job, and if I did have a job, the money they were paying me was not worth anything. So how can I position myself? What could I do right now, today, knowing that in 6 to 18 months we're going to be in a depression? And sit down and write it out. Make a goal. That's what I did. I actually wrote some out that I personally would do. So I'm going to share some of those with you. First thing I would definitely do is more food. That's a no-brainer for all of us. But I would put back a lot more canned goods, stuff that we use every day for our regular meals and diets. I would put that stuff back to have more of it. So I would go $500, $600, whatever I could afford, and go and purchase all this. Now I'd purchase this, buy one get one free sales, using coupons or the weekly sales. I just wouldn't go out and pay full price for these items. Probably next, I would probably go to the Mormon cannery. As you know, I love the Mormon cannery. I am not Mormon, but they'll let non-Mormons go. I would go to the Mormon cannery and purchase $500 or $600, $700 of long-term food to go with what I have, just to get me through. I would also probably for sure stock all my fuel tanks. Fuel is very expensive right now, so it's hard to do right now, but if I knew for certain in 6 to 18 months, I'd stock a lot more, a couple hundred gallons more of gasoline. And now I have a dilemma. I have an opportunity to buy a really good generator, diesel. I think it's 9K, so it would definitely power the whole place here. I have an opportunity to purchase that at a very good price. The problem is it takes diesel fuel. Diesel is almost $4 a gallon. So do I purchase this? How much fuel can I put back? Realistically, 100 gallons? Maybe. Or do I go ahead and put in some solar, some small solar, so I could run lights, refrigerator, and a couple 110 outlets, and it'd be sufficient. So that is my dilemma I'm going through in my head right now. Generator and fuel, or small solar with renewable. We don't have to keep putting money into it. I do have a small generator, so I can run a lot of things with that, but that's just 110, no 220 outlets. We do have some equipment like welders and a plasma cutter. I would love to be able to use that. So I have a dilemma, and that's my dilemma I have to solve. I personally would do a little bit more. I'd close in the back porch or the deck. Do a few more home improvement projects, finish the tool shed, just do some home improvement things to make sure everything's ready and make it more livable. How about junk you have right now? Would you sell some of that? You might want to say, I need to purchase this, and this, but I have a few things that I don't use, haven't used in a couple of years, and I could generate some revenue to put into prepping. Plus, I don't use it. The more it sits, the more it goes down in value, or it's not being maintained. If it's a motorcycle or a boat, it's just sitting, and that's not good for anything, just to sit without being used. Maybe I could sell that and generate more. A few other things that I personally would do, I would put in some fence staples, 20 pounds of fence staples. I need them if I need to throw up a bunch of barbed wire on the property. I have plenty of barbed wire, but not enough fence staples. So that's something I need to do. I have an area 150 by 150, 200 feet, maybe a little bigger than that, that's semi-cleared, but it needs to be final cleared, and some more fruit trees. I mean, that'd be a big thing. If a depression came and I had all that, that would definitely in a few years be able to generate food for me and maybe an income, or at least something I could barter with. Definitely get some quail. I was at a person's house that had quail and good meat and a lot of eggs, so it's something I need to probably plan to do. If I knew a depression was coming in 6 to 18 months, I need to put back more rabbit food, chicken food, food for the ducks. This would definitely be something. Some whole corn, some wheat, some rabbit pellets. So this is something, if I could see in the future, definitely put more commercial food back, but also start making sure I can produce that food that the animals will need. Probably I need to finalize a few. I have a spot picked out that I can easily put a couple trailers, as in pull behind camping trailers. Maybe this would be good, because that way if other preppers or friends lose their job and then eventually can't make their payments and lose everything, they would have a place. So maybe I need to finalize some more water lines, get that trenched in. A lot of things. Probably the biggest thing, what I want you to do though, when you're sitting down thinking about this and making a little list, don't do anything crazy. Don't do anything rash. Use common sense. Don't upset the apple cart. Don't throw the wife and the kids and your family into disarray. You got to do sane things, not rash things, so you can move forward. We don't know what the economy will be like in 6 months, or 12 months, 18 months. We don't know. No one knows. So don't. If people say, "Hey, this is going to happen," yeah, if they're an intelligent person, they're looking at some signs and they're making some good educated guesses, but no one knows. So don't do anything crazy or rash, but just position yourself to make yourself more self-sufficient, more independent, and maybe be able to get by a little bit if you don't have a job. Now, a lot of us, you gotta have a job because you gotta pay the bills every month. So start positioning yourself that you can get rid of certain bills. Either pay them down, get rid of the product, do whatever you can. But in this video, I just want to stress to you, we don't know what the future holds, but look at the signs, look, and you can see things aren't 100% right economically, and start positioning yourself so in 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, if we do have an economic downturn, it might not be as serious as a huge depression. It could be where you lose your job. You already have that foresight. You've already done a lot of things. You at least have a plan. There's no totally safe place in America to survive. It's all relative. So pick the safest place for you and your family and position yourself right now that you could survive an economic collapse. Thanks for watching.